Hi Aries, welcome to the New Moon in Cancer reading for July 5th and 6th of 2024. New moons create new cycles. I'm not in my usual spot, so I haven't been for a while, but I am elsewhere, so this is a little bit makeshift. We will, in any case, um, try and navigate this full moon. The direction that your reading is going in is great gratitude. It's a really nice card. It's number 4, so there's bringing some kind of foundation or stability consciously through gratitude. It's about, the card reflects a real enthusiasm for life. Um, so gratitude is a really good consciousness. It's a great energy. Um, you can be at this time capable of moving into powerful frequencies, vibrations. It's actually a really good time to focus on making this a conscious choice, gratitude, as a way of life. You probably have a lot to be grateful for in these next 2 weeks. Uh, and even if you don't notice it, when you use the frequency or energy of gratitude, things change. So maybe around this time you can acknowledge the sources of value in your life, um, and this can draw more things to you or more things to appreciate. Gratitude is as far as I'm concerned, the single most important energy you can see anything from. It's the best perspective you can take, actually. Um, it really does change your life. And even during those hard times, we find the things that we are grateful for, and it makes them more abundant. The good things, not the bad things, obviously. Okay, so again, this is kind of makeshift for me, but I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. Okay, so let's move this to the side. We'll bring it back when we need it. And get on with the reading. The first column is where you find yourself at the time of the new moon, or perhaps you are consciously beginning something new at this time, and this is where you will find that information. Maybe I'll move this a little bit more so we have room for everything. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, the second column is you, yourself, and how you feel, what you're thinking, what you're doing. And usually in regards to the situation that you find yourself in at the time of the new moon. And the last column is probable outcome, probable because some things we are able to change, right? When we are forewarned is forearmed, right? But this is where you may find yourself using gratitude, I'm going to say in this case, to make things happen. Probable outcomes. All right. Let's get started here. You can find yourself a little bit worried about ineffective actions at this time, and that can affect your thinking and sleeping patterns even. The Nine of Swords is a card where our thoughts can get away from us. It is definitely worry. It is sleeplessness. It can be sleeplessness, but mostly it's a thought that gets away from us. It's something that uh, we can create a story in our mind, and it takes on a life of its own, and it may or may not be true. But the point is that we are over worried about it. And so the Nine of Swords, the wisdom of the Nine of Swords asks us to do something, be physical, get out of your head. Uh, if it's in the middle of the night, get up and brush your teeth, go back to bed. It would be also a good idea to, if you are thinking about something over and over and over again, to write it down on paper. So let's say you have a big meeting the next morning and all these thoughts keep coming up. Write them down so that you know where they are, so you know that you don't have to continually go over and over them in your head. But with the Eight of Swords underneath it, and this is the cause of the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Swords is ineffectual or ineffective actions and even thoughts. Eight is a power number, and so we're putting a lot of energy into a struggle. But as you can see, her eyes are bound, as well as her hands and her arms. So there's this feeling of not being able to do something, not being able to change the situation, not being able to make any effect on a situation. Even mentally, our thoughts can be going in 8 different directions because we don't know what to do. So this card, the wisdom of this card, is not to put energy, right, number 8, behind the struggle, because you're just digging yourself deeper into the mire here, into the mud. So this card asks you to pivot as well. It states that it's better for you to wait until the situation turns around into your favor again, and in the meantime, refocus. Focus on something else. And in this case, I think it means really to become physical. Do something mundane when you're in your head too much. Go do some gardening. I don't know, change the oil, whatever it is that you can do. Go play pickleball. Do something other than sit with your thoughts. Now, this can be in regards to relationships of all kinds. 2 is duality, so you may be pushed in 2 different directions here, but it's also partnerships. So partnerships of any kind. So as you can see, there are 2 different people here. But there is something between the 2 that creates sort of a bond, a mutual bond. There is some mirroring of passion. So you could be worried about a partnership. You can be worried about a relationship. Maybe the things that you are both doing together are ineffectual. Perhaps you're looking for a partner and nothing seems to go in the direction that you want it to. But remember that the main card here is great gratitude. And so the idea is to maybe even take your mind off of the problem. And if you have to think about something, think about the things that you're grateful for. And in this case, it may be a partnership, right? Maybe the person that's helping you out. I am going to pull one more for that. Yeah. Actually, this is the couple here that have matured and grown on an emotional level, because cups are your emotions. So it is having faith. It's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Maybe a partner has helped you out. Maybe a relationship has helped you out here. But it also, I think this is also very interesting because this is Mars and Pisces, and Mars and Pisces is can be sort of like shirking your responsibilities. So let's say, for instance, things aren't going well in a situation for you. Perhaps it's time to take a weekend away, be with the family. This is definitely feeling deep gratitude for what it is that you do have, and to change your mindset. Um, Shirking your responsibilities, yes, but it can also be just like calling in sick one day and, sitting in the sun, or, not going to school, or given whatever responsibility that you have at the moment. Maybe you just need to take some time off. And maybe it's just a day to go and take a nice walk in the woods or in nature or something like that. Maybe it's taking a half a day off. It doesn't matter. It's just sort of like taking some time away to appreciate and to get out of your head. The Seven of Wands and the Temperance card. The Seven of Wands is the card of, um, it's a defensive card. He's run out of the house pretty quickly. He put two different shoes on, so he had to run out pretty quickly to defend his situation. And so this can be competition, but it can also be people and situations and life itself that are just kind of coming at you, and you're trying to hold your own, you're trying to keep your position. And this card actually, the wisdom of the Seven of Wands is that we do need to keep our thoughts on the high road, on a higher perspective. Again, gratitude will always help you. But it's a very competitive card. And the way we went out here is to maintain a higher perspective, to take the high road. The Temperance card is telling me, however, that it may take some time for things to even out, because you are being asked to be patient. But again, the Temperance card really reiterates the great gratitude for me, because for me, the Temperance card also really means on a much deeper level and a spiritual level, to spiritualize what it is that you do, to make it mean something, to give it importance. And you do that when you're grateful for things, right? You lift them up. And but it's also asking you to be moderate in something here. So let's have a look at what that might be. Moderation is temperance. We're putting the polish on something. It is the alchemy card. Five of Swords. That's a tough card. You do have three swords here, so there's a lot of mental work that can be affecting emotional life, or can be caused by your emotional life. But the Five of Swords card talks about things that are hard won, difficulties that you may get what you want, but it may not be the way you want them. The card asks you to, and again with the Temperance card, your words have impact, and so mind what you're saying. Be very conscious of what you say and what you're doing, because it has a great impact on the situation, and because it's in the column of how you're behaving. The Five of Swords can really mean that there's something that's really hard won, like you really had to work at winning, and it wasn't easy, and some people lost out, and that doesn't make it a complete victory. But I do feel like temper can be an issue here. And with the worry that's going on, and this may be even family members that either you're worried about or they're over worried, there can be argument, there can be some difficulty with that Five of Swords. But it does feel like it has something to do with family or partnerships or relationships here. So we do want to be quite careful. Five, the frequency of five is change, but it's the roller coaster ride. So things are changing. Temperance also brings the energy of change with it as well. The Six of Wands is a good card, though. And like I said, this can be victorious, but it's not a complete victory. There maybe are people that you love or that you care about that didn't win out in the situation. The Six of Wands is leading a group into victory. It's a valor card. And what's a victory? But it's usually in group situations. You're not completely there yet because we're at 6, right? And so we are being pushed here with this Five of Swords to find some balance, where we do find balance, where our passions are concerned, where our ego is concerned. And the Page of Pentacles is my Capricorn card. So this can be somebody at a distance, or it can be somebody younger, and they are, this is about empowerment. Page of Pentacles are about empowerment. Now this can be financial empowerment, this can be physical empowerment, but it is things of the earth because it is Pentacles. And it's Capricorn. And Capricorn empowers themselves and empowers others in doing so. And you can see that with the Six of Wands as a victory in group situations here. So all's well that ends well. Yeah. You have the Ten of Swords. So it is the end of difficult mental situations, but it certainly has taken its toll. And I do think that there will be something to be grateful for. Now, this is the card of what is your attitude or your perspective. Because is it a sun setting after a very difficult period, or is it the sunrise? It is the dawn of a new day. With that Six of Wands, I'm going to say it's the dawn of a new day, but it definitely, with that Ten of Swords, has taken its toll. 10 is the end of a cycle while simultaneously beginning a new one. And you have 8, 9, and 10, so we have these particular steps that we are going through. Now you have 2 10s as well, so there is some finality coming your way. However, I do feel like there's still more to go, but it is the end of the mental struggle. It's the end of a difficult mental situation. But while you're struggling, you're being asked to temper yourself, to mind your words and your actions as well, I think, here. Sometimes you have to fight for things, but you're being asked to temper. And it can be that some of you are the mediators here. There can be a struggle around you, and perhaps you're the one that tempers things. Perhaps you're the one that brings things back into equilibrium, into balance. Okay. There's definitely something to be grateful for, or you're being asked to keep your attention on what you're grateful for. What does Spirit want you to know? You have freedom. Let the universe set you free. It does say unicorns, but the universe, the unicorns, whatever. Okay? So there's some sort of freedom from a situation here. But it does state that with that Ten of Swords, it's the end of a very difficult situation as you have some victory where that's concerned. But it didn't come without the hard work, for sure. And like I said, with that Five of Swords, and especially if it was here, but I think it still pertains. You may get what you want, but it may not be the way you wanted it. I mean, maybe you had to go through some heavy-duty struggles in order for that to come about. It may have something to do with family or home, property, but there's an emotional energy to this. Okay. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for listening. I will return in 2 weeks with a full moon reading. Until then, take good care. Bye for now.